Hey everybody, and welcome back to Talk Norwich City. I hope you guys are all doing very well indeed. A big thank you to 5 Yards for sponsoring this video. They've once again pulled some really amazing data together for this video, so stay tuned. We'll be bringing that later on, but you can sign up to 5 Yards using the link in the description. I thought I'd drop on today to talk about the game against Watford and have a little look at that, and I think almost look forward to what we've got coming ahead now. Now, Norwich City are, of course, promoted to the Premier League. That's the big tick in the box. That's the thing that everybody wanted. Drop the shoulders, have a big sigh of relief because we're going to be playing in the Premier League next season. That's brilliant. But, of course, Norwich City fans now want to win the title. Of course we do. That's the bread and butter of the Championship. We did it in 2018-19 after a brilliant win away at Aston Villa on the final day of the season. This time we have put ourselves in a truly wonderful position. Just a couple of weeks ago, the bookies were pricing us up at 1-66 on to do it. So heavily in our favour. We're 5 points clear of second place Watford with 3 games left to play, despite losing our last 2 games against Bournemouth and Watford. Now let's take them 2 games in isolation, okay? Bournemouth have won their last 7. They're absolutely flying. It looks like for the first time, I think ever, all 3 teams that got relegated will also get promoted. You would have thought that Norwich, well, definitely Norwich and probably Watford will be returning, and then whoever comes out of the playoffs, Bournemouth going into it in absolutely sensational form. Watford, against us, needed that win desperately. That win almost secured promotion back to the Premier League. Away at Norwich City is never going to be easy. They performed very well. Norwich were slightly hungover without Dimitri Yanulis through the suspension. They'd played the previous 70 minutes of football with 10 men. It was never going to be easy. And I think, you know, only losing 1-0 to Watford, although that sounds quite pessimistic, wasn't necessarily the worst result in the world. However, Norwich do need to get back to winning ways on Saturday when we play QPR, because after that we play Reading and Barnsley, both of them sides still in with a shout of the playoffs, a very good shout of the playoffs, and will be wanting to win them games to secure a chance to get back to the Premier League next season. Beat QPR, that would then be 5 points ahead of Watford with 2 games left to play, you know, assuming that Watford beat Millwall on Saturday. Watford's final 2 games are Brentford and Swansea. Now, I'm not saying they will drop points, but they're 2 very tough games. Brentford away and Swansea at home on the final day. If Watford have promotion secured at that point, you would have thought that there will be some drop points in there. Anyway, we don't want to start predicting things away from Norwich City. We need to concentrate on our own matters, and a game against QPR for Norwich City should be what hopefully takes us over the line. I am desperate to win the title. I think winning the title is a big thing for me. Of course, I'm happy that we've been promoted, but it's just the icing on the cake, being able to lift that trophy with the yellow and green ribbons hanging from it. I just wanted to bring in this graph that 5 Yards sent over to me. As I say, you can sign up to them using the link in the description. But this graphic shows just how vital Tim Krul has been to us this season. Now, you can see him up there in the top right-hand corner of the screen. He's literally off the chart. You'll probably remember when I showed you the graphics surrounding Emi Buendia last time, but there's a pattern here amongst Norwich City players being off the charts in certain metrics. Now this are successful save rates, and you've also got goals prevented. So goals prevented down the left, successful save rate down the bottom. Tim Krul is off the chart. He's 85% successful save rate, which is better than any other goalkeeper in the division, and just about the best rate in the division in terms of goals prevented. So essentially, 8 goals prevented from Tim Krul. Asmir Begovic is at a similar rate, but once again, just shows you maybe won't get the credit of a Timu Pukki or an Emi Buendia, but Tim Krul has been absolutely phenomenal this season. And I wanted to say that because even against Watford, he was phenomenal. The double save in that game, I'm sure you can all remember it. It's a shot come in, he saves it well, the follow-up from Sarr, and he somehow gets something to it. This is a man who I didn't rate when we first signed him in. I thought it was bonkers that we were signing a player who hadn't really played first team football for 3 years and has somehow become a pivotal part to what has been one of the most successful championship sides of all time. And that graph just goes to show it. I always like to see, opinions of others and maybe sometimes myself backed up by data, and that does so. Tim Krul has been utterly sensational this season. So QPR up on Saturday, that proves a big game. And I think there will be fire in the belly of Daniel Farke's men. Remember when we conceded late on against Preston, and then we were going into that Huddersfield game, and you just sensed something and almost clicked in that Norwich City side, and we went on to batter Huddersfield 7-0. Now, I don't think we're going to do that against QPR. I think QPR are a much better side than Huddersfield. They themselves are in very good form. They beat Swansea in midweek. But Farke would be absolutely livid if Norwich City somehow found a way to throw this title away, because we were 8 points clear with 4 games to go. That's it should be an unassailable lead, and hopefully it is for Norwich City. But I just wanted to come on here and almost calm people down a little bit. I know people are getting a bit twitchy, and that's completely understood. But Bournemouth and Watford, 2 very difficult games, 2 teams against us who have much more riding on it than we did. And we've almost bought this allowance, haven't we? We've been promoted with 4 or 5 games left to spare. Our amazing work earlier on in the season has allowed us that little couple of games where we can just drop off slightly. I've seen some people also saying that they didn't agree with Norwich players getting on the booze ahead of an important game against Watford. Come on, they're human beings. They've battled against tough obstacles all season. The least that they're allowed is a couple, more than a couple of beers after getting promoted. Rightly so for me. They're missing out on the fans being there. Likewise, we're missing out on us being there. But I can't buy into that argument. I think they are more than entitled to have a couple of days feeling slightly worse for wear, and then hopefully on Saturday we get back to winning ways. If we don't beat QPR, then I will be slightly nervy, I must say. But I think we'll be okay. I really do. I genuinely think we'll be okay in terms of winning the title. Anyway, sign up to 5 Yards. Link in the description. A big thank you to them. A big thank you to all of you for watching throughout the season. And of course, this is the final video that will be uploaded before we start our marathon watch along. We are doing 24 hours live. That makes me feel slightly nervous just saying it, on the Talk Norwich City YouTube channel. So hit subscribe for that. All proceeds from that will be going towards Big C, who we've already raised over £4,000 for this season. I say you have. So that's absolutely marvellous. I'll see you there. We start at 10 on Saturday in the morning. We finish at 10 on Sunday morning. Come and give us some support, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.